point. It looked like it was doing this.
Well, you may not be anything wrong with it. You may not be. You sure are acting cranky.
So will you bring us back some?
I need a drink.
A drink? Oh, you have a drink?
I need a drink.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
I can't carry that all in my clothes. Can't you wait until I come back up and drop my stuff off?
You could close the door and change right here.
That's true.
I won't look.
I don't care.
She does. She always looks so pissy.
I know.
I'm not. Liar.
Alright, you ready?
Whoop.
He said he didn't circle the numbers. Okay. One, he said he circled the numbers.
Well, I'm going to put a dot by them. That way if I show them later, I'll say, see, they're not circled.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
10.
10. Ooh,
13,
Kyla.
14.
13,
Well,
14.
Silas is the starter.
No, Kyla. Yeah, Silas is
16.
16.
21.
21.
You know names real good?
Oh,
Yeah, you need help with our names?
I'm checking. Corbin Shear.
Yeah.
Silas McGuire.
Yep. Don't ask me about Logan. Well, he's not a starter, so I guess that doesn't matter too much.
Code.
Keo.
Keo.
Oh, like I said, you guys, the starters, are plain and simple.
Yeah.
yeah, why can't they just all be Smith Jones?
I don't know what I did. I don't know what I
The
did.
only one that gets tricky is Tegan Marinello.
Oh, it's over there.
Yeah. I think I got him. Chris.
You said number 14 is the one that's not active?
Yeah.
I don't need starters for ours on the roster. I'm not keeping track now. Cancel. Set it. Set it. Oh, this is setting. No? Yeah. Manage my lineup. Load. Lumberjack boys. Manage other lineup. Load. Spartan boys. Return. Set up. First, reset timer. Okay. Reset game. Okay, there we go. Good. Yay! Okay, it's already recording again. So we got a bunch of dropped frames, but hey, whatever. We got it. Still plugged in. See, that camera's a little glitchy though. I mean, my camera is a little glitchy. You know what I mean? It moved it too fast, but I think it was better quality.
Yeah, but I was afraid I was getting motion sickness.
Okay, I'm gonna call back to the studio. If somebody can hear us, we're already recording.
Oh.
And welcome back, Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish here in Priest River, Idaho, as your Lumberjack boys are taking on the Priest River Spartans. And this is the first game of the year for the boys. They were scheduled to play Timberlake last week, but that game got postponed or rescheduled because of smoke, and then they weren't able to reschedule it for the same day that the girls played Timberlake on Saturday. So where was I at with so this is their first game of the season. The boys do have another game coming up on Thursday. They will be at the Immaculate Conception Charter School, I believe is what it's called. I don't 100% remember. I do have the schedule somewhere, but it's not easily accessible at the moment. I think it's in my bag back there. But in any case, that is where we're at right now. The girls just won their first game of the season, 2-0 over Priest River, making the girls 1-1 on the season. And let me see, I do have some information here on the boys for Priest River. Well, we want to take a real quick look while we are getting close to kickoff of this game. The Lumberjacks graduated 4 players last year: Colby Moore, Preston Blood, Dylan Ledbetter, Tristan Lockridge, all fairly important cogs to the Lumberjacks soccer program. Colby Moore was one heck of a defender for the Lumberjacks. He will be missed on the defensive side of things. And Tristan Lockridge, I think he was either a midfielder or a forward, but he also was one heck of a player. He is going to be missed. And Preston Blood, Dylan Ledbetter are also good players in their rights. And like I said, all those players going to be missed. Lots of Lumberjacks to step up, though. This team has, I had it counted up earlier. They have, I believe, 4 seniors on the team, 5 sophomore, 5 freshmen, and 4 juniors. So it's a kind of a young team. They do have, like I said, some seniors this year. Davin Lewis, Philip Keogh, Dylan Soten, and Justin Ledbetter are seniors this year. Some freshmen that came in this year, though: Grant Compton, Logan Shinost, Ben Martin, Kyle Soten, and Scott Soten. So those guys are up to learn the ropes of high school soccer, and we'll see what kind of playing time some of those guys will get. And hopefully we'll see a pretty good game here to this evening. The Spartans, they only have a 10-man roster, so they're going to be fielding only 10 players this afternoon. They actually have an 11-man roster, but one of the players is not quite eligible yet to play, so they are playing with just the 10 players. Starting for St. Mary's, it will be number 1 in the goal, Grayson Sands. He is a sophomore. Starting number 3, midfielder, junior, Connor Wolf. Starting number 4, Danny Toledo. He's a defender. He is a junior. Number 5, Lance Hamblin, a forward. He is a sophomore. Dylan Soten will be starting. He is a forward and midfielder. He is a senior. So there is 3 Sotens playing on this soccer team this year. Dylan Soten is a senior. Justin Ledbetter, he's a defender. He is a senior. Kyler Jackson, midfielder. He's a sophomore. He is starting. Number 10, Corbin Shear, a junior. He plays defense and midfield. He is starting. Number 13. Silas McGuire, number 14. He is a sophomore. He is starting defender today. Number 16, Cade Martin, a junior and a starting midfielder for St. Mary's. And number 21, Philip Keogh. He is a defender. He is a senior, and he is starting for the Lumberjacks. The Lumberjacks, of course, coached by Chris Rinaldo. The assistant coach and stats is Robin Rinaldo, and also assistant stats Sammy Krieg. The lineup for the Spartans looks like this. It is number 2, junior Bradley Gleason. Number 4, sophomore Luke Butler. Number 5, sophomore Tegan Marinello. Number 10, Shane Gamber, a junior. Number 12, Caleb McDermott, a sophomore. Number 13, Eric Deem. He is a junior. It is number 15, Bowen Figert. He is a junior. Jimmy Eisenberger is a junior. He is number 17. Gunnar Fitzmaurice, a freshman. Number 20, and number 22, Adam Jones, a sophomore. I did not get who the goalie was for the Spartans, though. That is the one thing I did not get. Hopefully they'll tell us who is in the goal for the Spartans when they're doing their announcement out there. So the Spartans have a 0-2 record on the season. The Spartans will have lost to Timberlake 9-2, and they lost to Bonners Ferry 6-0. And last year, the Spartans lost 3-0 and 4-0 to St. Mary's. So now let's hope they tell us who the goalkeeper is for the Spartans, because I did not get that from the announcer. The one thing I can do is look for which numbers are out there. So technically, I wonder if St. Mary's is playing with all 11 players. And the Spartans have Gunner. I might need Angela to ask who the keeper is for the Spartans. You can just show him that if you're afraid to go talk to somebody. I need to know who the keeper is for the Spartans. The guy next door. And Lumberjacks will start off with the possession. The Spartans have it across. And it's out of bounds. Connor Wolf with the touch. The Spartans will throw it in. That is Bowen Figert. So number 5, Tegan Marnello, is the keeper for the Spartans. Spartans working that ball down into the St. Mary's side, and it's going to be cleared out by Silas McGuire. Number 4, Luke Butler, is the keeper for the Spartans. I think there might have been a shot there that was picked up by Grayson Sands. I did not see who shot it for the Spartans. That ball is out on the far side off of St. Mary's. Inbound pass comes into Kyler Jackson. The throw, and Kyler Jackson is going to get control. He's going to feed it over to Toledo. Toledo is going to cross it over. No, he can't get it crossed cleanly. And the Spartans take it away. It is Bowen Figert as they are going to get the ball played down towards the goalie. The sophomore keeper for St. Mary's, Grayson Sands, pulls it in, and it goes the other way with it. And I've got to start recording. Now the Lumberjacks finally get it onto the Spartan side. It's to the Hamblin. Hamblin goes over to Wolf. Wolf tries to keep it from going out of bounds, but can't quite get to it in time. The Spartans will throw it in on their side of the field. Throw in down the sideline. Wolf tries to put a foot on it to kick it back down the line, but it goes out of bounds. Throw in again for the Spartans. This Lumberjack team just came up just one game short of a state tournament bid last year, as they were beat in the districts by Bonners Ferry in a kind of controversial game, at least controversial if you're a Lumberjack fan. There seemed to be a lot of one-sided calls in that one, but it's a new year now. Corbin Shear has the ball. He gets it across to number 6 for the Lumberjacks. That was Dylan Soten. Now it's at the foot of Toledo. Toledo back to Soten. Now they back it back down to Keogh in the defensive position. He's going to feed it to the far side to Shear. No, yeah, I believe that is Shear, 13. Corbin Shear. As the ball is still being worked around in the midfield by both teams. And it's Soten that has it. Now he feeds it back to Ledbetter. Ledbetter going to look up to Toledo. Actually, it gets through to Hamblin. Hamblin goes back to McGuire. Coming over, though, and taking the ball away is Shane Gamber. And then Silas gets in there and trips him up, and it's going to go out of bounds. Throw in by, I believe, nope, it's going to be the Priest River ball. Shane Gamber tying his shoes there. They get the shoes tied, ready to go. Gamber with the throw in. Looks into Figert. Goes back to Gamber, now back to Figert. Crosses it towards the middle to Fitzmaurice. Fitzmaurice looks towards the middle, but it's St. Mary's. Toledo comes up and clears it up to Shear. Shear, whoops, a little misstep there by Shear. The ball goes behind him, but he's able to get back to it. He feeds it to the 16 of, well, I know he's on here somewhere. Rutrow. The 16 of Cade Martin, which it doesn't look like I have Cade Martin on my roster. I'm going to have to fix that. Lumberjack still in control. Hamblin over to Toledo. Oh, ball gets past Toledo. Toledo tries to regain, but the Spartans feed it to the St. Mary's side of the field. McGuire is going to clear it out of, nope, not out of bounds. He's going to get it up line after he gets the steal. And then the ball goes out of bounds off of the Spartans. Throw in by McGuire. He feeds it back to Wolf, and Wolf tries to get it up to McGuire. It goes out of bounds. Can't believe I forgot to put number 16 in there, Cade Martin. I guess I can believe it. It is me. Lumberjacks get it across onto the Spartan side of the field, trying to get an attack going, but it's going to go out of bounds. It looks like it was last touched by the Spartans. St. Mary's will inbound. I say inbound like it's basketball. Throw in by Toledo. He's looking to the middle to Martin. If Martin puts a head on it, it goes to the defense of the Spartans. Martin able to get it for a second. Spartans trying to clear it out. Toledo had a foot on it for a moment until the Spartans clear it forward. It's up to Gamber. Gamber trying to get past Ledbetter, I believe that was, number 7. Ledbetter recovers. The shot from the far outside by Gamber is going to be taken by Grayson Sands on the save. He kicks it out. That ball is going to get through, and Sands falls down and is able to recover fast enough to get that as they fed it through, and Sands dodges a bullet there as he slipped on the turf. Not the turf, but on that grass out there. Sands sets up in the penalty arc. Nice kick out by Sands. He looks to Corbin Shear on the far side. Shear takes it down the sideline. He's going to look to the middle to Martin, but the Spartans get it back up. Coming out there is Keogh. He feeds it up across the midfield. They get a through pass. Hamblin's trying to get to it. Defender is able to put a foot on it and try to stop it. That's Jones, but Hamblin still has it now. Hamblin makes a move to the middle. Going to take the shot. It's going to be saved. It came out of his hand for just a minute. Butler's hand, but he does get back on top of it after the Hamblin shot. Still no score. 6 minutes in to the first half. Spartans kick that ball out of bounds. St. Mary's will have the throw in. Into Hamblin. Hamblin gets it over to Soten. Soten was trying to get over to Shear. Doesn't quite get there. Soten gets back to it, but then the Spartans come up with it. And a nice tackle there by Keogh as he gets the ball back. Up to Hamblin. Hamblin feeds it through to Martin. Martin on the run. Cade Martin going to take it all the way. The shot and the save by Luke Butler. Nice save by Butler, and a nice shot as well by Martin. They get the ball back up. Lumberjacks are back in control of it. Toledo gets it through the defense. Connor's not going to be able to get to it in time before the defense gets there, and that's going to be kicked out of bounds. The ball will be a throw-in from the side down near the corner on the near side. They get the throw-in already. Crossing it across is Soten. Spartans get it kicked back out to the sideline. They feed it up to McGuire. McGuire tries to cross it. It gets batted back out towards him. And then the Spartans get a deep kick across the timeline. But coming up in front of that for St. Mary's was I believe it was Keogh. Ball back on the Spartan side of the field, but then they cross it back. A header by Keogh. The ball goes backwards over his head, and the keeper is going to grab it for St. Mary's. That's Sands. Sands surveys. He's going to kick it out towards this near sideline. It's going to go to Connor Wolf. Wolf is going to take it up the sideline, and then he's going to try to cross it, but coming in and taking it away is Bowen. Bowen for the Spartans. St. Mary's did get control of it again. They kick it up the field. Corbin Shear, it's a foot race as Shear gets to it first, and he gets a touch up, but then Eric Deem for the Spartans tries to clear it out. It goes to Hamblin. Hamblin jostling for position and had the ball for a second. Spartans kick it down, but coming away with it is Jackson. Jackson feeds it forward, and it's out to Shear on the far sideline. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds as Shear kicks it into the penalty box. Jimmy Eisenberger for the Spartans clears that ball out. It'll be a throw-in for St. Mary's. Kyler Jackson will throw it in. Kyler looking for somebody to go to. He's going to go into the middle of the field to Soten. Soten crosses it to Wolf here near side, just outside the 18. Wolf takes it back to the middle. He's going to look towards Jackson. Jackson tries to feed it forward. He does get the ball up to Hamblin. Hamblin, a nice move. Gets it fed inside to Soten. Soten with the chip shot up and in. Hamblin with the assist. Nice ball movement there by St. Mary's. And I said that was Soten with the shot, right? Dylan Soten, where are you, Mr. Dylan Soten? What number are you? 7. No, not 7. Number 6. There you are. So St. Mary's strikes first at the 10:24 mark in the first half. Spartans had the ball for a moment. McGuire clears it upfield, gets it across the timeline to Soten, or the midfield line to Soten. It's going to be fed straight back across and out of bounds by the Spartans. 1-0 the score. St. Mary's on top. Lumberjack boys soccer. Ledbetter with the throw into Soten. Soten to Wolf. Wolf was trying to feed it upfield to the middle, like crossing it either Hamlin or back to Soten, but mishit it. It went over to Toledo, though. Coming up and kicking it down the line is McDermott, and it's going to go out of bounds. St. Mary's with the throw-in. McGuire will do the throw-in duties. He's looking for somebody to go to with it. He's going to go back to Ledbetter in the defensive position. Ledbetter goes up middle to Hamblin. Hamblin has it taken away from him. St. Mary's trying to regain, and Ledbetter clears it forward. One touch over to Hamblin. Hamblin going cross field, gets it up through the defense. Shear taking it on the run. Corbin Shear has an open look, and he's going to get the shot in, and good. Corbin Shear adds a goal to the Lumberjack tally. 2-0 now for St. Mary's. 11:51 mark, and goal number 2 is in. I do want to make note one more time, though. They've got to remember that the Spartans are playing short-handed here. They've technically speaking got 10 players on the field, but only 9 of those guys are out in the field of play, like being able to attack and stuff. They've only because of their goalie. St. Mary's back on the attack. Knocking that ball down was Adam Jones, and they get it moving the opposite way for the Spartans. They're feeding it up the field, trying to get it across the timeline. Toledo battling with Figure at midfield, coming up and booting it back down the other way for St. Mary's is Keogh, and one of the Spartan players clears it back the other way, Adam Jones, and it comes off a Spartan player out of bounds far side, and Shear will do the throw in. No, actually he's going to hand it off to Jackson. Jackson will throw it in. Jackson going to go down the line to Shear. Intercepting that, though, is Adam Jones. Jones is going to clear it up for the Spartans, but he kicks it right to Hamblin. Hamblin working his way down the middle of the field, tries to get it through. Nobody really there to get to it. The Spartans kick it back out. Coming out to try to recover it is Wolf. He drops it back to McGuire. McGuire tries to put a foot on and get it up into the middle, but it's going to get kicked back towards the St. Mary's side, and Ledbetter comes up and tries to kick it down the line, but it goes out of bounds. With the throw in is Fitzmaurice. He's going to throw it in to Figert. Figert goes to the sideline. They're trying to get it back to him, and Toledo gets it up into St. Mary's territory. A through pass there, but it's going to go all the way to the goalie. No dangers. The goalie snags that one up as Soten fed it too far through. Toledo gets the first hit on that ball. And then a good defense as the Spartans kick it back down, but another head ball, nice header by Keogh, gets it back down onto the attack side for St. Mary's. So the Spartans doing everything they can to try to get that ball cleared out. Lumberjacks keeping the pressure on. Toledo's going to kick that way down. It's going to get into the penalty box area. Shear gets it around, and Shear is going to put it in. That's goal number 2 for Corbin Shear from the far side inside the 6-yard line. He made easy work of that one. 3-0 the score. St. Mary's up. 14:30 to go, or 14:30 gone in the first. Looking over at the sideline, Ronaldo getting ready to do some subbing. He's moving Shear back to defense. He's going to have Kyler Jackson come out, and he's going to bring in Grant Compton, the freshman. Watch Grant Compton come up to the Post Falls leagues. He's a pretty good soccer player. He's probably a little excited, a little nervous for his first high school action out there. Hamblin is going to try to feed it through to Compton. It's intercepted. That was picked up by Eisenberger, but it gets right back to Soten. Soten has it. He feeds it back over for Hamblin. It's being contested by 3 Spartans in the middle. Now it's to the far side and going down the line as the Spartans clear it out. Shear gets a hold of it, though, gets it to Toledo. Back into the attack position. Now it goes back out from the defensive position as Eisenberger for the Spartans clears it. But Cade Martin quickly tries to get it back into favor of St. Mary's, and then the Spartans clear it to the St. Mary's side of the field. Figert has it, battling with Toledo. He's going to try to carry. He tries to find a through pass. He gets it through. Gamber misses it, trying to settle it. It's a foot race, and coming up to it is Gamber as him and Ledbetter tangle, and Ledbetter goes down. Gamber tries to take it towards the goal, and a nice defensive play by Silas McGuire as he's able to get a foot on it, clear it out of bounds. Throw in. Comes into Figert. St. Mary's, though, intercepts it. Connor Wolf carrying it. Gets it over to Soten. St. Mary's has a lot of speed on the field. Not a lot of big guys, but looks like they've got a lot of speed down there. They're being able to kind of outrun these Spartan players. Spartans get it down into the St. Mary's side of the field, trying to clear it out as Keogh. He gets it up to, actually he was trying to get it up to Hamblin, but it gets beyond Hamblin, and Marinello clears it back down to the St. Mary's side. McGuire comes in. Tries to get it from Gamber, gets it to Wolf. Wolf feeds it through. Compton trying to chase it down in the middle of the field. Spartans get to it first. Martin, though, is trying to gain control on the far side. It's going to go out of bounds. And they say St. Mary's ball. As my camera keeps getting darker and darker on the YouTube side of things. Don't know how well that's going to work. Toledo has the ball for St. Mary's after the throw in. And then Toledo's trying to get it down the line, and he's going to kick it out of bounds. Knocks the hat off of the coach for Priest River. 1 point for that. No. Ball being fought for at midfield. Finally, the Spartans feed it upfield. Keogh, who's going to try to kick it down, and he goes out of bounds on him. So there will be a throw in for the Spartans. They have it in down near the inside the 18. Bodies get tangled. People go down a couple of different times right there. Shears helping up the guy that he just took out. As the action goes down the field is Hamblin making a move upfield. Hamblin, I would have to say he's probably got the most fancy moves on the field almost for St. Mary's. He's got some very good footwork. watched him play a lot of Post Falls League soccer as well. Spartans do take it away. It is Figert bringing it down. Toledo tries to steal it away, and he does get the kick to the outside. So McGuire can't quite get there in time. Throw in by the Spartans. They throw it into Gamber. Ball is hit up in the air, and Ledbetter puts his head on it. Gets it to Toledo. Toledo feeds it to Soton. Soton carries. Feeds it through to Compton. Compton, a one-touch over to Hamblin. Hamblin now controls, trying to get around his defender. Backs himself out and drops it back to Toledo. Toledo crosses it over to Martin. Martin chips it over the top looking for Soton. Soton puts a head on it. It's into the 18. Connor Wolf had a chance, but the Spartan defense comes in and takes it away. Spartans trying to feed it up the sideline. Nice little body check there as they run into each other. Spartans feed it across the half-field line, midfield line, and it's Ledbetter that clears it back onto the attack side for St. Mary's. Keogh now up to Shear. Shear on the sideline. He was looking for Martin, and the Spartans kick it back down the field. Keogh tries to clear it back ahead, and it's going to go out of bounds off his foot. Spartans will throw it in near midfield into Figert. He kicks it deep all the way to the St. Mary's side. Coming out and getting it is Sands. Sands throws it up to Wolf, and Wolf tried to get that before it rolled out of bounds, and he couldn't quite get there. Throw in for the Spartans down on the near sideline, St. Mary's side of the field. Just to give you an idea, once again, the field sets north and south. Lumberjacks defending the north side at the moment. And again, that one was out of bounds. St. Mary's put a head on. I think that was McGuire. It goes out of bounds again. Wolf can't quite get to it in time to save it in bounds. Now they got to get the ball back down here, as it was all the way at the other end of the field. And it'll be Shane Gamber, the junior, for the Spartans on the throw-in. He looks into, that's Figert, and again the ball goes out of bounds. You hope that player's not going to take a swing at that ball, and you're going to get kicked. You've got to be pretty fearless to be in that goalie box. Goalie for the Spartans picks that one up. Luke Butler, as it came down his way, got into his area. He kicks it down to the St. Mary's side. Lumberjacks able to cover the ball, though. Corbin Shear looks to Hamblin. Hamblin makes a nice move and pulls the ball in. He's getting around his defenders. Now he's going to feed it through, trying to find Compton. Compton can't quite get a hold of the ball, and the Spartans clear that out near sideline, just about level with the 18. It'll be a throw-in. It'll be a throw-in for the Spartans. Nope, it's throwing for St. Mary's now. Toledo throws it down towards the end line. No, Wolf doesn't go for it. Spartans try to clear it out, but coming away with it is Soton. Soton goes across to Hamblin. Hamblin in the middle near the penalty arc. Now they go out to Jackson. Oh, I see Jackson come back. Oh, no, Jackson has been in, hasn't he? No, somebody, I think Cade, it doesn't matter. I'm not doing subs for them. Cade Martin has gone out. Kyler Jackson back into the game. Back into play is the ball. Lumberjacks have it. Compton tries to get it over to Soton. That Spartans come away with it. Looks like Compton's playing in that forward position. Ledbetter comes out and clears that away as the Spartans trying to mount an attack. Goes out of bounds. The ball will stay with the Spartans. They'll throw in from the far side. And this looks like one of the freshmen. These two Soton boys are going to be hard to tell which one is which until I see a jersey number. I think it is Scott Soton getting set to come in for St. Mary's. Up to Compton. Compton Going to carry through the middle, try to make a move, and it's going to be taken away by a defender for the Spartans. That is Eric Deem. He clears it out, but Hamblin comes right away with it. He feeds it to Compton. Compton crosses it to the outside. Connor Wolf saves it from going out. Spartan tries to come up and clear it down the line, but Connor Wolf with a quick foot takes it away, takes a shot from the corner on the far side. It is not good, but it is on goal, and it is a save for the Spartan keeper, Luke Butler. Now the Spartans have the ball on St. Mary's side. Lumberjack defense, though, quickly trying to clear it out. Kyler Jackson takes it on the far side along the sideline. He goes up in the middle, and a Spartan player comes up and kicks it back down. That is Eisenberger. Now the ball down into the St. Mary's side. They're going to feed it back to the keeper. Sands kicks it up to the upfield, and Connor Wolf's going to drop it back to McGuire. Now McGuire going to go along the sideline. It goes right down to Fitzmaurice, though, but then McGuire clears it even further forward. It's Soten. Dylan Soten drops it back to Wolf. Wolf crosses it to Compton, but getting to it first is Deem. Deem's going to kick it out of bounds. Trying to see who's going to come in. I know who's coming in. I'm just not sure who he's coming in for. Okay, he is going to come in for McGuire. McGuire is going to go out. Like I said, I believe that is Scott Soten coming in to play defense for the Lumberjacks. He's one of the freshmen on the team. Getting his first action. Throw in to Hamblin. Backed up to Soten. Dylan Soten. Now I'm going to have to say first names. There's two Sotens in there. Spartans taking it through, trying to get a run. It's cleared over to Keogh. Keogh has time. He's going to feed it upfield to Jackson. Jackson going to one-touch it up, trying to get it to Compton. And it's going to be Eisenberger getting to it first. Spartans had it down on St. Mary's side. Toledo, though, able to clear it up to the sideline. And trying to get to it before it goes out of bounds for St. Mary's was Davin Lewis, who was into the game. I think I was calling him Keogh earlier, maybe. I didn't see him come in. Spartans kick it out of bounds. St. Mary's will throw in from the side. Jackson goes back to Keogh. Keogh is going to cross it all the way to the near side to Wolf. Connor Wolf drops it back to Scott Soten. Back up to Wolf. Wolf, can't get to it. A pretty good pass. It just got a little bit too close to the sideline before Wolf could get to it. It goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Spartans. That is Bowen Fiegert again. That throw-in goes over the head of his intended receiver of it, Shane Gamber, but it's going to come off of Scott Soten's foot, or off his side as he tries to get it in. Soten with the steal there. Gets it up to Hamblin. Hamblin loses it, though. Spartans trying to get it back down into the St. Mary's side. A deep kick is going to roll all the way into the penalty box, and Sands picks it up and kicks it back downfield. He's going to get it all the way across midfield. Gavin Lewis trying to get to it first. He does make it there, and he's going to try to get around Adam Jones of the Spartans, but Jones forces him to kick it out of bounds. Spartans will throw in from the far sideline. Throw in down the line, and it's going to go out of bounds. I think it bounced inbounds first, but the way the field is set so that the water rolls off it, maybe it caught a clump or something and made it pop out of bounds. Jackson will go down to where that throw-in was done from, and he will throw it in for St. Mary's. He's looking into the middle to Hamblin. Hamblin has it for a moment, almost loses it. Ball is kind of in all by itself. Three Lumberjacks trying to get to it first, and one Spartan. St. Mary's wins that battle. Into Soten. They try to cross it back. As he got it to Compton, Compton tried to cross it through to him, and it was intercepted by Priest River. Kyler Jackson has it for the Jacks. They drop it back. Keogh was trying to kick it back down into the attack side for St. Mary's, but he mishit it, and it goes into the danger zone for St. Mary's, down deep on the St. Mary's side. And it was going to be Gamber trying to take a shot. The ball was out of bounds, though, before he was able to put the shot on, so it's going to be a throw-in for St. Mary's. Dylan Sohn with the throw. Gets it over the top to Wolf. Wolf into the middle. One touch back to Wolf from Soten. Dylan Soten. Now he goes up line to Soten. Soten tries to go back to Wolf, but not enough oomph on that touch. And the Spartans are going to try to mount an attack here. A through pass there for the Spartans. They've got a one-on-one look. But Gamber slips as he's trying to plant his foot to kick. And St. Mary's comes away with it. That was a good opportunity for the Spartans. Connor Wolf bringing it up line now, down the sideline. He gets it taken away by McDermott. But St. Mary's quickly recovers it. Hamblin has the ball now. He's working up the middle of the field. He's going to go outside to Gavin Lewis. Gavin Lewis going down the far side. He's going to try to feed it across the middle. It's going to be blocked by Deem in the penalty in the 18. And then the ball gets knocked out of bounds. And it'll be St. Mary's throw-in. Going all the way to the middle to not to Soten. It's going to be to Hamblin. Hamblin crosses it to Soten. Soten trying to make a move inside. He's going to take the shot, and it's going to be a save. Just a kind of a test the waters type of shot on that one. They kick the ball down towards midfield, but St. Mary's quickly regains control, drops it back to Jackson. That's Lewis. Jackson goes back towards midfield. It's a Spartan jersey that gets there first. Toledo now fighting for it as the Spartans try to cross it over to a player in the midfield. That was Fitzmaurice and Toledo fighting for it. Fitzmaurice ends up winning it and gets it down the line. It's into Gamber. Gamber gets it past the defense. Ledbetter dropping back as the shot is taken. Oh, no! And the shot was almost saved by... I'm trying to see who made that shot now, as it was taken by Gamber. Sands came out and got on it, but it got just through him, and finishing it off was Bradley Gleason. It's not an assist because it was originally shot by Gamber, and Grayson just somehow wasn't able to get his body in front of him and pull that into his body. So the score 3-1 in favor of St. Mary's. 31 minutes into the first half. Just under 9 minutes to go. 8.5 to be exact. Lumberjacks have it. Soten crosses it to the outside goes to the outside to Wolf. Wolf trying to get it back to Soten, but good contest by Figert. He takes it away. He feeds it up into the middle. And Spartans back on the attack. They get a through pass, and sliding out on it and pulling it in is Sands. That was almost a run by Tegan Marinello, I believe, as he got behind the defense. I'm going to call that a shot on goal and a save for Sands. St. Mary's now back the other way, and who is that but Grant Compton? I was taking care of my stats, but I look up and Grant Compton's on the run with the ball. He has it in the middle, and he puts it up and in. I don't know if there was an assist from anybody, but he just chipped it in right past the goalie. So the freshman Grant Compton with his first high school career goal. Coming back in for St. Mary's is McGuire as Soten goes out. I'm surprised there wasn't a whistle there and maybe a penalty called on Bradley Gleason as he gave a push to Hamblin in the back, and it wasn't just like I bumped into you push. It was a get out of my way type of push. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Spartans. Kyler Jackson will throw it in. Throws it back to Lewis. Lewis crosses it to McGuire here on the near side. McGuire going to go up line as he's got some time. He looks to Wolf. Wolf tries to feed it through to Dylan Soten. It gets deflected, but Compton is able to control it to Soten. Now Compton in for maybe another shot. He almost has the ball taken, but he kept control. Now the goalie comes out. Luke Butler snags that before anything can happen with it. But another some more good work by Grant Compton. Spartans get it back to midfield. Now they're working, trying to get it into an attack mode. They get it across to Fitzmaurice. Fitzmaurice has Hamblin come in and try to take it away from him. It ends up with Jackson getting it upfield. Jackson carrying. He's going to Was going to try to make a move with it and couldn't get it past. St. Mary's, though, still in control of the ball. Wolf fighting with Fiegert. Fiegert puts the foot on it, but it goes out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be, I think it's Cade Martin going to be checking back in for St. Mary's here in a moment. Throw in to Soten, Dylan Soten. Ledbetter back up to they drop it back to Ledbetter. Ledbetter goes through to Hamblin. Actually goes over to Gavin Lewis. Lewis gives it over to Hamblin. Hamblin runs into a couple of bodies though. Ball still being pushed down onto the far side, and it's going to be fed up line. Kyler Jackson steps in front of it. Nope, can't quite save it in. Cade Martin waiting for his chance to come in. Backs it back as Toledo clears it up to Hamblin. Hamblin brings it towards the near side, feeds it through to Wolf. Wolf near side, goes back inside trying to find Compton. Compton couldn't get a foot on it, and the Spartans, Eisenberger tried to clear it out, but it's still in St. Mary's possession. Dylan Soten has it. Now it's going to be cleared up towards the top. Jackson settles it down for the Jacks. Goes back to Dylan Soten. Soten brings it near side, feeds it through to Compton at the arc. And Compton, the one touch a little too hard, and it's going to get batted back. He gets it come off his shin. Goalie comes out and get it. Luke Butler for the Spartans. Now the Spartans going to take it across. They feed it through, trying to get to it as Gamberg. The defense isn't trying to get to it to help him, and that's a shot that's going to just get over the goal. And that shot was by Gamber. That was just over the crossbar. Every time they've had that, I've noticed that Ledbetter has a chance to come out and maybe contend that when there's nobody there to contend it. But I guess that's not his position. He's got to try to drop back. So Sands with the goal kick. Gets it up to Soten. He actually lets it go through to Wolf. Now Wolf goes back to Soten with a little one-touch. Soten one-touches it to Compton. And now to Hamblin. Now back to Cade Martin. Martin goes to the outside with it to Wolf. Now back to Martin in the middle. Martin trying to go up the middle to Compton, but it's going to be deflected, taken away by Priest River. Priest River going to put on a little charge here, as I believe it's Gleason bringing it through. They get it to Gamber again, and trying to come out, and contested is Sands, and Gamber gets past Sands with the ball, and Gamber puts it up and good. 4-2 the score, as the Spartans finding some scoring here. St. Mary's, we'll see if they can put one back on to get back to that lead they had. It's 4-2. That Priest River defense playing pretty good down there, despite being shorthanded. Martin trying to clear it up for the Lumberjacks. He's got 3 Lumberjacks and a Spartan. They're trying to get a body part on it to move that ball the way they want it to go, but it just kind of fell between all of them because they didn't want to have a big collision. Dylan Soten tries to go up to Wolf. He gets batted back at him. Soten crosses the front of Eisenberger trying to come out and get that, and the ball is going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Spartans. Coming in for the steal is Bradley Gleason. Gleason feeds it forward. Ledbetter is going to try to clear it out. He gets it over to Keogh. Keogh tries to go upfield with it. Gets it to Jackson. Jackson feeds it forward. Now Hamblin in control, far side. Hamblin trying to make some moves around some defenders. He gets it across to Soten. St. Mary's trying to run through. They feed it across to Wolf, and it's going to go through. It's going to be another shot in by, I believe that was Grant Compton again. Or did they? Wait a minute. No, that was a goal. All right. I thought I heard a whistle, and I heard somebody go, oh, like they might have thought they were going to call it an offsides, but I'm pretty sure that was Compton. I'm pretty sure that was Compton with the goal. I don't know if Connor Wolf gave him an assist there or not, but we're going to call it an assist. So every time that the Spartans do get a goal in, St. Mary's answers right back with one of their own, and the freshman now has 2 goals of his own. Nice start for Grant Compton's career on the Lumberjacks soccer team. That ball out of bounds on the sideline, far side. Kyler Jackson will throw it in. Goes into Hamblin. Hamblin makes a nice move and splits a couple defenders. Now he carries upfield. He crosses it over to the outside to Lewis. Lewis tries to go back to Hamblin. Hamblin able to kind of get to it. Gets it cleared out to Martin. Martin gets it back to Hamblin. Hamblin now working again up the middle. Now going to the outside. Trying to shield the ball from the defender. He backs it back up to Jackson. Jackson tries to go back upfield with it, and the Spartans kick it back up, but Hamblin still with it. Hamblin chips it over the top, gets it to Wolf. Wolf with the shot, but it's going to be off frame, and it's actually partially blocked by one of the Spartan players, so it's going to be a corner kick. Wolf will take the corner kick for the Jacks. It's down all the way across. It comes right off of Gavin Lewis's body and rolls to the post on the far side, far post, and the goalkeeper grabs it and kicks it out. I thought it actually went out of bounds, but it didn't. Quickly back the other way, Cade Martin comes up and steals that one. Martin now working his way back into attack mode. He tries to feed it up and through to Wolf. Wolf trying to get to it before the defender does, but he can't quite get, well, he does get there and blocks him off. They're fighting on the sideline down there near the corner. Goes back up to Soten. Defender kicks it right back to Soten, so Soten will reset his attack. He backs it out to Martin. Martin trying to get it to Soten, and Soten is able to get it. Soten drops it back to Ledbetter near midfield. Now they go across the midfield to Keogh. Keogh with a big kick all the way down, and the keeper's going to come out for the Spartans and get it on the far side. That one is kicked back deep towards midfield. Lumberjacks try to settle and bring it up. Hamblin had the ball, had it stolen. Now Lumberjacks get it back, though. St. Mary's defenders have it. Now they go back up to the top. Kyler Jackson trying to get it through. Spartans put a big boot on it. Lewis Keogh puts his head on it as he's trying to get it back upfield for St. Mary's. It goes out of bounds. And that is the end of the first half. St. Mary's leads 5-2 here in Priest River. St. Mary's boys. And we will take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back.
We'll take a break if your person's still there. I gotta go potty again. I'm gonna get my exercise book back and forth.
Everyone knows that the timber industry is a huge part of our community. Working in the timber industry requires big equipment. Big equipment requires a special mechanic or custom machined items to repair. Jake's Machine and Repair in St. Mary's is your very own full-service, large equipment diesel mechanic that not only has a full-size shop, but also has a service truck that can come straight to you when you break down in the woods. If you're in need of big truck or big equipment repair, stop by Jake's Machine and Repair at 106 Homer Drive in St. Mary's or call 208-596-8819. 208-596-8819. Jake's Machine and Repair in St. Mary's.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community stable and lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Bennewash, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work, M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired of sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido.
Same.
Cold weather is...
And we are back. Tim Parrish here at Priest River High School for our game 2 of the evening. We had the Lumberjack girls soccer game first, and Lumberjack girls come away with a 2-0 win over the Priest River Spartans to make their season record a 1-1 on the year. And the Lumberjack boys right now in their first game of the season battling with Priest River, a short-handed Priest River, and the Spartans keeping it interesting. Lumberjacks, though, do lead 5-2 in this one. Really quickly, I want to mention and thank I want to thank all of our sponsors for Lumberjack Sports Broadcasts, but I also want to welcome aboard a few new sponsors that we have this year. Casa de Oro, Family Mexican Restaurant. We also want to welcome aboard Jim's Auto, 95 Tire in St. Mary's. Jake's Machine Shop in St. Mary's as well, so make machine shop and repair. And let's see here. I do have one other new one that we just got confirmation of this evening, and that was actually Burger Express is coming on board for our football season, and also Brent's Electric, as we just got confirmation from them this evening that they want to get on board with our Lumberjack Sports broadcast. So just keep that in mind if you are a business owner or know somebody that is, and maybe they'd be interested in being a sponsor on Lumberjack Sports on KOFE. Have them get in touch with us, or you can let us know to go and see them, and we will definitely do so. Without our sponsors, we would not be able to do what we do. And, we've added a little bit of soccer action this year. We're thinking of trying to do some home volleyball games as well. But we can't do that without the sponsors. And if we are going to get into where we're carrying a few more sports, we're going to maybe need a few more sponsors or something like that. So just keep that in mind. We do what we do for everybody that can't be at the games, and we really love what we do. We enjoy it thoroughly, and it's a great time, and we just hope that you will consider getting on board with us if you are a business owner. Especially in these weird times, there's some schools that are limiting attendance at games and stuff like that. So there's more people going to be listening as well at this point and juncture of what we're going through at the moment. Anyways, enough about that. Let's get back to some soccer stats here. In the first half, St. Mary's has put up 5 goals, and the Spartans have 2. St. Mary's has 2 assists. 10 shots on goal for St. Mary's, 10 total shots. No fouls for either team at this point. The Spartans have 6 shots, with 4 of those being on goal, and 2 of those actually being made shots. There's been 1 corner kick, and that was taken by the Lumberjacks. 3 saves for the Jacks, Grayson Sands, and 3 saves for Luke Butler for the Spartans. That is the team statistics. Let's take a quick look at the individual. Let's take a look at the scoring real quick. At the 11-minute mark was the first score, and that was Lance Hamblin is what it has putting that one in. No, that's an assist for him. Who did he get the assist to? It was Dylan Soten that put the first goal in at the 11-minute mark. Then at the 12-minute mark, Corbin Shear put in a goal. And then the third goal was also by Corbin Shear. That was at the 15-minute mark. Lumberjacks were up 3-0 at that point. But the Spartans came roaring back. They answered at the 32-minute mark with a goal by Bradley Gleason. And St. Mary's answered right back, though, at the 33-minute mark. The freshman Grant Compton, in his first high school action, made his first goal of the game. And then, once again, the Spartans answered back at the 38-minute mark with a Shane Gamber goal. And then the St. Mary's answered back at the 39-minute mark. It was Grant Compton, assisted by Connor Wolf, with the goal. So Compton, in his first game action, is on the cusp of a hat trick. That's 3 goals in 1 game. So we'll see what can happen with that one. But that is the stats. So St. Mary's leads 5-2. We've got another 40-minute half to go, and I feel like I'm getting a little bit better as things go on with the call. So we'll hopefully we're getting some improvement here. In any case, let's go ahead and take. Oh nope, I'm not even going to take a break because they are going to be coming right back. They said 2 minutes a second ago, but now it says 38 seconds. So I apparently talked for too long to get another break in. So the teams will switch sides. St. Mary's will go defend the south goal, and the Spartans will defend the north goal. Spartans coming out as they are going to see if they can't rally and get some more goals on. So ought to be a fun second half. Boys soccer, they're both are really fun to watch, but the intensity level is definitely different when it comes to the boys soccer action. So let's see here. Make sure I've got all my stuff where it needs to be. Second half, I need to start this here in a moment. Once again, this is also on YouTube. Our camera quality isn't the greatest, but hey, it's a little bit of something, a little bit of video. With that, anybody around the world can listen and watch some of these games. We won't have video for all of them, but we're trying to get video for some of them. We need to improve our camera, though. I think I'm going to try to figure out how to get a better one. The game, second half is underway. The Spartans have the ball onto the St. Mary's side. It is Jackson battling, trying to get possession, but the Spartans get it through, and it's going to be Keogh trying to clear it up. It's into the middle of the field now to number 16. That's Martin. Martin for St. Mary's. Cade Martin. And actually, I've got to move the ball around the camera around here myself for a moment. The ball is in midfield. Corbin Shear, I believe that's who that is, kicks a big boot on it down. No, it's Connor Wolf. As I think Grant Compton is still in there for St. Mary's. The Lumberjacks working around the middle. They get over to Hamblin here on the near side. He drops it back to Martin. Martin tries to get it across to Lewis, but the Spartans intercept that. It's Adam Jones getting it upfield for the Spartans. It comes down, though, and Silas McGuire clears it forward for the Jacks. Now they're looking for a run as Connor Wolf is making a run down the sideline, but the Spartans intercept it and kick it out of bounds. So McGuire will throw it in near his team's bench. The inbound comes in. St. Mary's controls it. It's Dylan Soten. He feeds it over to Hamblin. Hamblin working here the near side. Goes back to the middle. Looking to take it towards the goal. He feeds it through, trying to get it to Compton, but it's intercepted and cleared out by the Spartans. Cade Martin, though, is able to get a foot on it and get it back into play for the Lumberjacks, but the Spartans quickly clear it back upfield. Cade Martin trying to come out and defend it. Instead, it's Ledbetter that gets a foot on it and gets it out to Jackson. Jackson up line to Lewis. Now Lewis backs it back to Hamblin. Hamblin over to Jackson. Jackson back to Hamblin. Hamblin going to carry up middle and goes to Soten. Soten trying to look through maybe to Compton, but he couldn't get it there. The Spartans clear back to the opposite side, but Keogh comes and keeps it in play for the Jacks. Now to Lewis. Lewis goes cross to Soten. Soten fighting for the ball. Gets it taken away for a moment. Now the Spartans have it back upfield. Silas McGuire comes out and puts a contest on that one. And it's back to the possession of St. Mary's. Keogh carrying it down the sideline. Keogh crosses it through, trying to put a big foot on it, but misses it, and Hamblin is a benefactor. Hamblin thought it was going to be a big kick, and he ducks, but he gets through after that, puts a shot on goal. It is saved by Luke Butler, not Ball. The big kick back to midfield. The Lumberjacks settle it, trying to get it across, but the Spartans clear it onto this Lumberjack side of the field. Coming out for it is Grayson Sands. He's going to roll it forward. Up to Wolf. Connor Wolf working it down the sideline. He gets it over to Martin. Martin back to Wolf. And then right back to Martin. Martin goes across to the near side to Hamblin. Hamblin trying to make a move around the defender, but the defender gets the ball. Kicks it down to Keogh. Keogh clears it up to Hamblin. Hamblin gets it down to Gavin Lewis. And my camera has just gone like full-on blur on us. There it goes. Clears up a little bit as the Spartans get it back across into the St. Mary's side. They're trying to get something going, but the Lumberjack defense is being pretty stingy with it and keeping it on the Spartan side of the field. Looking for Hamblin. Hamblin comes, checks to the ball, goes across to Cade Martin. They're working in this midfield circle at the moment. Now it's to Wolf. Wolf speedy. He takes it down the sideline, carrying it, gets it over, tries to get it to Compton, but it's intercepted, and it's going to be a big foot put on it by Cade Martin, and it gets all the way down to the goalie. Butler kicks it back up. It's going to be settled by the Spartans. And we have a player down for the Spartans. Play continues at the moment. Going to check on him is Hamblin. Hamblin going to help him up. Good sportsmanship there for the Lumberjacks. As my camera has gone full blur now, I think it's the lighting that's really goofing us up at this point for this little webcam that I'm using. So we got a quick moment there while the Spartan player stretches himself out. And I'm trying to see if I can't get this camera cleared up. There we go. Turn the autofocus off. That helped a lot. So it'll be a drop ball, but since it was kind of like the thing to do, since the injured player was the Spartan player, they give the ball to the Spartans. They had the ball to begin with, I think. That one is kicked all the way down. Grayson Sands grabs it from the keeper position, rolls it back up to the top, and the Spartans intercept it on their side and bring it back into play for themselves. Now it's down far side. They're going to try to kick it into the middle. Silas McGuire couldn't quite get a foot on it. The Spartans did get it through for a minute, but coming out and feeding it upfield is Ledbetter. And then the ball goes out of bounds, but it stays with the Spartans. That's a big kick that goes out the inline. So it'll be a goal kick for St. Mary's. Oh, wait, there we go. Grayson Sands with the goal kick. St. Mary's trying to carry the cross. It's going to be, not sure exactly what happened there. Oop, but the ball goes to the Spartans. St. Mary's with control. Now it's to Cade Martin. Martin letting Hamblin take the ball. Hamblin looking to find an outlet, but he's trying to get it clear of the defender first, or the defensive player for the Spartans. They get it across to Dylan Soten, but the Spartans kick it back into the St. Mary's side of the field. Looking to try to get a run, and it's going to be cleared out by Ledbetter. Silas McGuire going to try to finish clearing it out. And I think we're going to get a penalty on McGuire. Finally, my camera lady makes it back. Slow poke. It's only like a mile and a half down to the bathroom, but hey.
Felt like 10.
They throw the ball. St. Mary's gets the ball back up onto the St. Mary's side of the field. Or I should say into the Priest River side of the field. And then the Spartans quickly kick it back down onto the St. Mary's side. Cade Martin tries to get control of it. Now Kyler Jackson trying to get to it, but Spartans get it first. The drop for the Spartans back to Bowen. And then Ledbetter clears it forward. Over to Wolf. Wolf gives it to Martin, and Martin goes right back to Wolf. Wolf's trying to get it up line, but kicks it out of bounds. See a little bit of haze in the air just on the lights out here. Now the lights are on. That ball is kicked upfield. Ledbetter puts a head on it. Now the ball is lost in the... So McGuire trying to get to it before the Spartan player does, but the Spartan player does get it around Silas, and the shot is on. But it's a nice save. I think it was more of a cross, and Grayson pulls it down. And Grayson kicks it a little bit too far to the sideline, goes out of bounds, so there'll be a throw-in for the Spartans. Only 8 minutes into the second half. Throwing it in is Eric Deem for the Spartans. Spartans have it. And we get a whistle. I think that whistle was maybe for a substitution. It's Gavin Lewis going out. Corbin Shear checking in for the Jacks. The score 5-2 in favor of St. Mary's. Nobody's really... Actually, the Spartans have threatened a little bit more in this second half so far than St. Mary's has. St. Mary's hasn't gotten too deep onto the Spartan side just yet. I think there's been one or two shots here in the second half, but nothing drastic. Spartans get the ball cleared back down to the St. Mary's side. They're going to try to attack. Coming in quickly is Cade Martin, though, and he gets in there and gets that ball away. Clearing it upfield is Ledbetter. Now we've got Dylan Soten battling for the ball. Loses it to the Spartans. Ledbetter clears it out. It's up past the midfield mark. Soten has it. Going to look for somebody to get it to. He's going to back it off a little bit. Goes to Shear. Shear's going to go up towards the middle, but that's going to be knocked down, intercepted by Eisenberger. Wolf and Eisenberger battling towards the sideline to try to track that ball down. Coming up and kicking it towards the middle is Silas McGuire. He gets it in there to Hamblin, and Hamblin's going to get fouled. I'm not sure who got called for that foul. I'll give it to number 5 because he was in there. It's going to be a free kick, not a penalty kick. It was just outside the penalty box, just outside the 18, so the Spartans lucked out on that, but Hamblin's going to get a direct shot at the goal, and he just misses over the top. It's Hamblin's third shot. He has 2 on goal. He has not put one in yet, but he does have an assist. Be a corner kick for the Spartans. kick is on. Or the goal kick. I think I said corner kick. It'll be a goal kick for the Spartans. They try to settle it down. It goes over to Wolf, and Wolf kicks it right back over to a Spartan player. So the Spartans on the attack. At the moment, I believe that's Fugert carrying it down the middle. Martin tries to come in, steal it away. Can't get it. Fugert makes a move, and he's going to just kind of get a small poke towards the goal. And Sands comes over and kind of an exaggerated fall on it, but hey, got to practice that in any case. So a nice kick all the way across midfield, and it's going to be Soton that wins that, and a little chip over the top for Hamblin. I think that was a pass trying to find somebody in there, and the goalie comes up on it before anybody for St. Mary's can get to it. So the Spartans back the other way. That ball just over the head of Ledbetter as he was trying to put a head on it. I think that was Keogh that comes over and tries to clear it out. It comes off of the Spartan player right back to Sands. Shearer has it near side, feeding it through, trying to get it to Hamblin. Hamblin gets to it and is able to keep possession. Hamblin carrying, takes it through the midfield circle. Tries to make a move and can't get it around Eisenberger. Eisenberger feeds it over to Gamber on the far side. Gamber going to try to carry the sideline, trying to get past McGuire. He does so, but he loses the ball for a second. McGuire catches back up, but I believe he dribbled that ball out of bounds, so McGuire with the throw in. Down to Soton, but Soton quickly has the ball taken from him by Marinello. Now the ball is fed down to the top of the 18. Compton trying to get control of it before they can get it out, but the Spartans do get it back up into the other side. Now the Spartans have an attack option. It is Gleason who makes a nice move through, and Gleason is going to put it in. First goal of the second half comes by the Spartans, and I'm trying to find Gleason on my stats. I did say Gleason, right? Yeah, Bradley Gleason. That's right there, number 2. Doesn't show his whole name, so it's just Bradley G. That's his second goal. He actually has 2 shots and 2 goals, so making the most of his opportunities down there for the Spartans. The score now 5-3. Lumberjacks lead is cut to 2. Connor Wolf working far side, crosses it to the middle to Soton. Soton tries to go back to Wolf. Wolf almost can't get to it, but he does get it over to Compton. And then back to Wolf. Wolf feeds it, drops it back to Dylan Soton. Then it goes right back to Wolf. Wolf crosses it to Hamblin. Hamblin goes tries to get it into Compton, but it ends up getting kicked out, and Shearer has it. And then it's taken away from him as well. Gleason bringing it back across for the Spartans. And Martin for St. Mary's almost takes it away, but coming up with it is Fugert. Fugert feeds it up the middle, and clearing it out is going to be Ledbetter. Hamblin with time, carrying, going to make a move, taking it down the middle, looking to see if he's got anybody open he can cross it to or get it outside to or inside to. He goes out to Corbin Shearer. Corbin puts a toe poke on it, and it's going to just go wide. So the short-handed Spartans team is making this a very interesting game here. 5-3 the score. St. Mary's leads by 2. That's hardly a safe lead with still over like 16 minutes to play. Into the middle of the field, Soton to Shearer. Shearer tries to get it right back to Soton, but Soton runs past it. They kick it back out to Martin. Martin feeds it down to the far side, and it's going to be Connor Wolf with a long shot. It was a shot on goal, and it was a save by Luke Butler. Spartans back the other way, but Cade Martin puts a kick on it over the top of his head, and it goes back into Spartan territory. Dylan Soton was looking to maybe drop it, but it's going to go to the Spartans, and Ledbetter comes up, though, and tries to clear it, but Spartans still have it as he cleared it right to a Spartan. Kyler Jackson, though, this time clears it ahead for St. Mary's. It gets right down to the Spartans, so just kind of kicking the ball back and forth down the field here. Jackson, this time a soft touch over to Hamblin. Hamblin backs it out to Martin near midfield. Martin now back across field to the near side. A one-touch from Shear back to Hamblin. Hamblin back to Shear. Shear trying to get a run going, but he couldn't quite handle that ball the way he wanted to. And it's going to be Eric Dean who tries to feed it up line, but Kyler Jackson gets in the way of that one. Lumberjacks still on the attack, but the Spartans now clear it into the St. Mary's side. But it's going to be a quick shot right back for St. Mary's from Keogh. Keogh gets it back to his offense. They cross it in the middle to Compton. Compton mishandles it a bit, and it's going to be Martin that boots it up the middle, and it's Soten that knocks it down. Now they're trying to work again, but the defense clears it out for the Spartans. Figert clears around Martin, but coming up and getting it back over to St. Mary's offense is Silas McGuire. Now it's going to be Hamblin taking the ball to the middle. Looking to find somebody across it too. He's going to touch it over to Soten. Dylan Soten with a shot. It is no good. The save by Luke Butler. Back the other way. The Spartans trying to get it through, and they are breaking through the defense. This could be trouble, but Sands comes out and slides into it and is able to pull that ball in, thankfully, as the Spartans got past the Lumberjack defense. Wolf carrying it the other way. He goes up the middle to Soten. Soten couldn't get to it in time. The Spartans clear it back out. Jackson now trying to keep possession for the Jacks. That's going to go out of bounds. I can't remember who that came off of first. Now they're going to say it is Spartan ball. And an illegal throw in accidentally by Bradley Gleason. He was thinking one thing, and he decided to change it up, and he ended up pulling that back foot up off the ground before he let go of it. Kick out of bounds by the Spartans here on the near sideline. Kyler Jackson going to throw it in. He goes right to Cade Martin, who's in front of him on the St. Mary's side of the field. Keogh. Cross field pass up to Wolf. Wolf again to the middle of the field to Soten. Soten kicks it, feeds it forward, trying to find somebody going through. Spartans do get it kicked back towards midfield, but Cade Martin pulls it down. Now we've got Grant Compton who feeds it over. Hamblin with the shot from the penalty arc. It is no good, but another shot there by the Jacks. Now I'm trying to find, as the Spartans bring it across, Keogh is going to clear it out to the outside. And Keogh, I think they say it's actually St. Mary's ball. So the last one to touch it was the Spartan player. I can't see his drive. I think it's number 2, Gleason. It is. So Kyler Jackson will take the throw in. He goes to Keogh. Keogh is going to get upfield, crosses it all the way across to the far side to Wolf, who tracks it down near the sideline. Wolf gets it over to Dylan Soten. Soten goes to Cade Martin. Martin playing in the middle. He's going to try to feed it through to Hamblin. Hamblin is able to get to it after a deflection by a Spartan player. That's Figert. Now they go over the top trying to get something through, and it's going to go out of bounds on the end line, goal line. Goal kick for the Spartans. 20 minutes left. St. Mary's leads 5-3. Spartans playing hard with only 9, well, they've got 10 players on the field. That's including their keeper. Lumberjacks with another chance here as Soten settles that goal kick down. Soten feeds it across to Hamblin. Hamblin trying to get to it. He takes it from the goalie as the goalie tried to come out and get it. They get it over to Shear. Shear to Compton, and Compton's shot bangs off the outside bar. Compton almost had his 3rd goal of the game, but had just barely missed. The Spartans get it cleared up for a moment, but St. Mary's is attacking once again. Hamblin has it, and he had it taken away somewhat. It's up in the air, a 50-50 ball. And coming up on it on the sideline is Kyler Jackson. He puts a head on it, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Jackson. Man, that was such a close shot there as Hamblin had the perfect little feed into Compton, and it just banged it off the bar on the near side. Throw in, almost taken by Shear. He went to put his head on it, but the ball just grazed him, gave him a little bit of a haircut there down the middle, parted his hair. Gleason working against Martin. Martin is able to get the ball away from him. Hamlin has it. Hamlin goes up to Shear. Shear near side. Seeing what he's going to do with it, and he actually was trying to pass it to Soten, but he gets it ahead right to a Spartan player. That was Eisenberger. Eisenberger kicks it back downfield. It goes out of bounds. Have a player tying his shoe out there. Yeah, get him Velcro cleats. Kyler Jackson with the throw in. Hamlin with the carry. Down the middle. Has the ball poked away. Eisenberger with a big kick down the field. It's going to be a foot race to see who can get there first. Silas turns it away. McGuire turns it away. Now he's trying to regain as the Spartan player ended up with it, but he slips up and goes down. Now he's taking a minute to get up. And he finally pops up there. Yeah, you watch soccer on football, and it's funny. I haven't seen anything like that really. Funny watching how soccer players sometimes will have the wind go past them on the pro games and they fall down. But I haven't seen that here. Don't really see that in high school soccer, but
Make it interesting.
St. Mary's back with the ball. Compton crosses it over to Wolf. Wolf back to Compton. Compton going to try to make his way through the defense, and he's going to get the ball taken. Spartans trying to get it back onto the attack side of the field, but it's going to go out of bounds. I believe that was Eric Deem on the far side that kicked that one out. 23 minutes down in the second half. St. Mary's leads 5-3. Spartans with the throw in here, as it was off of St. Mary's apparently. Get the throw in. St. Mary's, though, quickly able to recover it. But the Spartans now have it. Now they go upfield. Kyler Jackson trying to get it away and get it back onto the side of the field that St. Mary's wants it on. The Spartans working in between the 18 and the half. Now they're down about the 18 all the way on the near sideline. That is Gleason. Jackson working from behind. Got to be careful. Don't want to get a penalty or anything down there. That ball goes out of bounds. It's a St. Mary's ball. It was actually goes out the end line, and it's going to be a goal kick by Grayson Sands. Sands waiting for a minute. Now he's going to see where he's going to place that to. He's going to come to the near side. Checking to it first is Gleason. Kyler Jackson, though, steals it away. Feeds it down the line. That's just going to roll out of bounds. It'll be Figert throwing it in for the Spartans. And Compton's going to steal that throw in away, but then the Spartans do quickly recover. Spartans have it in the middle of the field, up to about the top of the penalty. I believe that was Keogh that tried to put a foot on to clear it out, and it goes kind of behind him. Grayson Sands goes to the far side there of his box and snags that down. Throws it out to the top to Wolf. Wolf going to try to make a move around. He does get it up to Soten. Soten, though, has it poked away by a Spartan player. That is Eisenberger. St. Mary's will have the throw in. Connor Wolf will throw in from about midfield. He's going to go over the top, finds Dylan Soten on a nice throw-in. Soten's going to cross it through, trying to get it to Shear. Shear can't quite get a toe on it to bring it in, but he's going to fight for it over here on the near side, inside the 18. Now they go back to the middle. Compton settles it, trying to get some room to work with it. He's going to go back out to Shear, still working inside the 18, actually more near the 6 now. Now the ball is out, and it's cleared out by Eric Deem for the Spartans. It's out of bounds throw-in for St. Mary's. Kyler Jackson looks to throw it into Shear able to fend off the defender, crosses it through the middle. Connor Wolf all the way on the other side, tracks it down. He's going to back it up to Soten. Soten with the shot. Oh, it's just off the mark, wide of the goal. I do have, every time a goal is scored, I do have that uncontrollable urge to do that. European or yeah. Haven't done it yet. I don't think I will, but never know. Goal kick. Out to the middle of the field. Hamblin settles. Going to bring it back up. Try to get the attack on again. Hamblin works his way around the defender. He's into a good spot. Tries to feed it to Compton, who is on the through. But the Spartans intercept and take it the other way. Kyler Jackson, though, trying to clear it back down and get it back into his attacker's hands. Or at their feet, I guess you'd say. Jackson trying to get it over to Martin. But it's taken away by Gleason. Now they feed it to the middle. And it's going to be McGuire coming in, trying to get the ball away from Fitzmaurice. But the Spartans still maintain control on the far side, but they just barely dribble it out of bounds, according to the official on that side. Throw in St. Mary's. Tried to get it to Wolf. Wolf misses the throw in, but he's able to battle back and get the ball. He's on the way. It gets it over to Dylan Soten. Soten finds Hamblin. Hamblin going to take it down the middle. Hamblin gets it around his defender. That's Eisenberger. They play it right back, trying to get it to either Hamblin or across to Shear. Coming out and getting it out of play is Adam Jones. Adam Jones is a big kid. He is a junior. And compared to Hamblin, he is a giant, because Hamblin is not a very big guy. They were giving high fives down there after he got the ball away from Hamblin. You got McGuire and the player for the Spartans coming together down there as they were battling for the ball. Spartan player took a minute to get up. McGuire goes back and makes sure after he got the ball cleared out, hey, you okay? Checks on him. Seen a lot of good sportsmanship in this game here this evening by both sides. Spartans back on the attack. They try to cross it to the outside, and it's going to be picked up by the Lumberjacks. McGuire is going to clear it ahead all the way out to where Compton was going to try to get to it. Couldn't get there in time. Can't see that Spartan player's jersey number on the far side, but he kicks it out of bounds. St. Mary's will keep the possession. It could be McDermott. Nope, I think it's actually Eisenberger as he comes back towards the middle. Cade Martin has it for the Jacks. He's going to get it up to Compton. Compton goes over to Hamblin. Hamblin right back to Soten. Now back to Hamblin. Hamblin on the run. It gets kicked out by the Spartans as they clear it away. Now back to Wolf as the Lumberjacks come away with it. Hamblin has it in the middle. He's going to try to cross it over to Soten, and it's taken away by Eisenberger. But he kicks it right over to Martin. So St. Mary's still in control. Dylan Soten with it. Crosses it inside to Hamblin. Hamblin fighting at the penalty arc, trying to get it inside. Hamblin gets taken to the ground, and it looked like maybe attempted a shot there by Soten, but it's batted right back at him. Soten now still has control, though. He's going to drop it back to Martin. Martin takes it sideline. He's going to go up the line to Soten. Soten shielding the ball between him and the defender. Now it's going to be through to Soten. Soten can't get there in time, though. It's going to be Wolf from the far side, kicks it across. And a Spartan player is going to come out and kick it out of bounds at the end line, and it's going to be a corner kick for St. Mary's. Looks like Hamblin's going to do the corner kick. Setting it up down at the end, down at the corner. Far side. It's coming across, and it was perfectly placed. Corbin Shear had a chance at it, but he couldn't quite get a foot on it or a body part. But the Lumberjacks still in control. Hamblin with a shot, but it's going to be wide. Hamblin has 5 shots, but he hasn't been able to put one in just yet. Just about 8 minutes left in the game. Lumberjacks still lead 5-3. Only one goal here in the second half so far. That goal was by the Spartans. Corner kick, or a goal kick. Into the middle of the field. Getting to it first is Cade Martin. Martin over the top to Hamblin. Hamblin's going to settle and carry. He's going to go through. St. Mary's can't get to it in time. It's going to be cleared out of play. I believe that is Eric Deem. Kyler Jackson with the throw in. He throws into Hamblin. A little bit too hard though. Hamblin couldn't get to it first. Spartans kick it into the St. Mary's side, but the Lumberjacks able to get a hold of it. Cade Martin has it. Oh, he tries to go across to McGuire, and it's going to be a foot put on it by Shane Gamber, and it's going to go all the way into Sands. Sands grabs it, kicks it back out, but the Spartans back in control of the ball. Putting on an attack. They try to get it to Gleason, but Jackson clears it out. Hamblin has it, far side. Gets it across midfield. Wolf going to cross it. Wolf was trying to cross it back to Soten, but not quite enough put on it. Spartans get it back down across the midfield, but McGuire quickly switches the field. Now Hamblin has it again. Bringing it over to the near side. He's going to cross it to this side over, trying to get it to Shear, but stepping in front of it is Jones. St. Mary's, though, still has it. Hamblin with a big kick down inside. Shear heads it over, tries to get it to the middle to Compton. I think Jones might have actually put his hand on it, but they didn't blow the whistle. Jackson battling with Gleason down here. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by St. Mary's. Spartans will throw it in. That's Gleason. He throws it, trying to get it ahead for Fiegert, but it's going to be Jackson that gets to it first. Keogh tries to clear it forward. He gets it up to Hamblin. Lumberjacks on the attack. Hamblin bringing it through, trying to cross it over to the outside to Shear. Hamblin, though, gets it batted back to him. Hamblin did have possession for a little bit. Now it's Gleason that clears it ahead. Kyler Jackson pulls that in. Goes back over to Hamblin. Hamblin backs it out to Martin. Martin with a big kick down towards the corner. Is it going to be it? Nobody can get to it before it goes out of bounds. Throw in from the Spartans. 5.5 to go. St. Mary's leads 5-3. Lumberjack boys soccer. That's Connor Wolf with a long shot, and the goalie actually comes out and gets a fingertip on it. It goes out of bounds, so it's going to be a corner kick. So Hamblin with the corner kick. They had a close opportunity the last time he kicked one over. It's on the way. Stepping in front of that is Gunnar Fitzmaurice, and the Spartans able to clear it out. That is, I believe, McGuire that gets the possession back to St. Mary's. Only a couple of defenders have stayed back right now, as most of the St. Mary's team is on the Spartan side of the field. Cade Martin clears it up to Hamblin. Hamblin goes outside to Wolf. The ball is going towards the outside. Connor able to get to it. They get it back to Hamblin. Hamblin is in there and gets the shot in as he takes the assist from Connor Wolf. Connor stopped that ball from rolling out the in line. And the defender went flying past him, and he was able to feed it across to Hamblin. Hamblin settled it for a second and then just booted it right past the goalie, Luke Butler. 6-3, St. Mary's doubles up on the Spartans. Just under 4 minutes to go. This has been a fun, entertaining game to watch here for the first one for St. Mary's, though. McGuire trying to clear it out on the far side. Spartans, I think, get the last foot on that, though, so it's going to be a throw-in for McGuire. Looking for somebody to get it to. He goes to Wolf. Wolf fighting with one of the Spartan players over there to get the ball. That one's going to go out of bounds off of St. Mary's. That was Gunnar Fitzmaurice and Connor Wolf battling for the ball. Throw in by the Spartans. Down along the sideline, far side, crossing into the middle. Get it to Gleason. Gleason with the long shot right to Grayson Sands. I have Grayson for 5 saves on the game. St. Mary's with the ball. Corbin Shear battling down here with Gleason for it. Gleason feeds it forward. No Spartan in the area, though, so Keogh going to clear it back out for St. Mary's. Hamblin has it for the Jacks. Carrying. Goes through to Compton. Compton goes back to Hamblin. Compton trying to find somewhere to go, some space to get into for Hamblin to get it to him if he needs to. Instead, Hamblin goes through, maybe expecting Corbin to run to it, but the Spartans cleared out first. And it's going to be Kyler Jackson trying to settle it down off his chest, but it goes out of bounds. Gleason would throw in for the Spartans. He feeds it a little bit too far ahead. Keogh clears it back into the St. Mary's side of the field, or into the Spartan side of the field. Hamblin with it again. Tries to go through the Soton. Soton was too far ahead, though, as the Spartan stepped in front of it and took that pass away. Figert with a kick over the top, trying to maybe set somebody up. Grayson Sanzo comes out and snags it. Sands with the big kick to midfield, but checking to it first, I believe, was Gleason. Gleason going to carry. Going to shoot from about the 25 right to Sands. Sands slowing it down a little bit. Big kick again. Going to settle it is Hamblin, but it gets just under his foot. That is into, it was Eric Deem, and it's going to go out of bounds, though, off of Hamblin as he tried to slide tackle his way in there. Now the throw in goes to Jackson for St. Mary's, who clears it out. Compton trying to chase it down the other side as they get it onto the Priest River side of the field. Priest River clears it back to St. Mary's side, goes right to Cade Martin. Now Dylan Soton controls down the middle. He's going to go across to Shear. Shear is going to take the long shot. I think it was going to end up off mark, but I'm still going to give it as a shot for Shear on goal and a save for their goalie. Kicks it back in. St. Mary's controls it, though. Hamblin has it near side. He's going to cross it to Wolf. Wolf tries to settle it down, and he misses, but he is able to get back to it, save it in, and then the Spartan defense actually clears it out of bounds. So Wolf saves it in. Soton, a little touch to his left. Now he tries to find Hamblin, but it gets intercepted for a moment. Spartans cleared ahead, but there to get it is McGuire, and that is the end of the game. St. Mary's is going to win their first game of the season. The St. Mary's boys 6, the Spartans 3 here in Priest River. So a good night for Lumberjack soccer as the girls come away with their win 2-0, and the boys come away with their win 6-3. Let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll go over the stats and wrap this game up.
Coming in 10th Street Lumber has what you need. From super premium pellets to energy logs and fireplaces, 10th Street Lumber will help you stay warm all winter long. North Idaho energy logs and stove pellets are the best of the best. 100% natural with no chemicals and burn cleaner, hotter, and longer. If you need a new stove, 10th Street Lumber is a proud Kuma stove supplier. Kuma wood stoves are made right here in Idaho and are some of the best on the market. 10th Street Lumber in St. Mary's. Stop by today. Located on 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's.
I died it.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. Summertime is here, and that means fire season. The St. Mary's Fire District has these tips. Make sure that you have a defensible space around your home. That means keeping trees and brush trimmed and clear around your house. Have an evacuation plan in place and make sure that everyone in the household knows the plan and where to meet in case of an emergency. And if you can, use sprinklers set up around your property and put them on a timer to help keep things damp. St. Mary's Fire District will even send someone out to help you in identifying problem areas at your home. Give them a call at 245-5253. This message from the St. Mary's Fire District. Fall is coming and, of course, cold weather. Now's the time to stock up on a few things. XXX Feeds has magnetic wood pellets in stock, and it's never too early to be ready for the cold weather. XXX Feeds also has alfalfa in stock as well as straw. And if you have some four-legged woodland friends that look a little hungry, XXX Feeds can keep you loaded up on deer feed and deer blocks. Don't wait until the last minute. Stop by XXX Feeds in St. Mary's today.
The Northwest is full of hard workers, early risers, innovators, and extra milers.
And we are back as we will wrap these games this night up. Lumberjack boys win 6-3 here in a fun-to-watch game. Both games actually really fun here this evening. St. Mary's, though, do come over with 2 wins. St. Mary's boys had the 6 total goals. They had 3 assists, 17 shots on goal, 22 total shots, 1 foul for the Lumberjacks. And there was 3 corner kicks, 6 saves for Grayson Sands. And for the Spartans, they had 3 total goals. There was no assists that I caught. There was 8 shots on goal, 10 total shots, 1 foul by the Spartans. They had 8 saves for their goalie, and they had an illegal throw-in for what that's worth. And let's see, individually for St. Mary's, take a look at the stats for the Lumberjacks real quick, or the scoring summary, I guess. We can go to the second half. And the first goal was scored at the 54-minute mark by the Spartans. It was Bradley Gleason. Then at the 76-minute mark, St. Mary's put in a final goal of the game. That was Lance Hamblin, and he was assisted by Connor Wolf. That gave the Lumberjacks a 6-3 lead. Grayson Sands had 6 saves on the game. He allowed 3 goals. Connor Wolf had 3 shots, 2 of those on goal, and he had 2 assists, it says here. Danny Toledo, let's see here, Lance Hamblin had 6 shots with 4 of those on goal, 1 assist and 1 goal for Hamblin. Dylan Soton had 1 goal, 3 shots on goal, 4 total shots. Let's see here. Grant Compton, he had 2 goals on the game. He is a freshman, so a good night for him. 3 shots on goal, 3 total shots for him. Corbin Shear had 2 goals. He had 3 shots on goal and 4 shots total. Silas McGuire had 1 foul. He also had quite a few steals in there. He had a pretty good game on his defensive side of things. And that's about it, really, for the numbers there. I mean, other guys that were in there that didn't have any stats reported, they played very well as well, and it's just there's not a whole lot of stats in the world of soccer. So taking a look at the Spartans, their goals came from Gleason. At least he had 2 of the goals, and 1 goal by Shane Gamber. And that is their numbers for them. So congratulations to Lumberjack girls and boys as they get their first wins of the season. The Lumberjack boys will be playing away on Thursday. We will not be at that game. And then the girls will be playing away at Lakeland on Saturday. And we will be there, but we are not going to broadcast that game. We're just going to go spectate that one. So hopefully you enjoyed me trying to learn how to call soccer, and the games worked well. If you're watching on YouTube, we're doing the best we can with some of our equipment that we have, but it's been fun so far the start of this year. Anyways, we're going to go ahead, send it back to the studio. Have a great evening.